I gotta make a quick video for posterity. Dawntrail seems to be... I cannot even begin to fathom who decided it was a super cool idea to do the decisions they made. Areas are giant and open and empty. There's nothing going on. I'm spending a lot of time doing menial tasks that don't matter. And furthermore, just like another little gripe here, just for the, sake of everything. Hang on, sorry, I got like... Who in the world named this garbage this? I don't understand. Hey, yeah, I gotta do that quest. Where is it? Well, it's over in Dawntrail. Okay. Oh, where? And then Kozmikuka in Uyuyub. You couldn't come up with something? Like, I get it. It's got inspirations or whatever, but, like, there's a certain point where, like, who your demographic is. Just maybe don't do that. Just maybe don't do that, And it's like, so... I've got to do menial tasks, and then God forbid anyone around here says, by the way, it's back over in blah, 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 because I'm not going to remember that. Ain't no one got time for that. Nobody's got time for that. So I've decided, just thinking about this, to give myself some entertainment here. What I'm going to do is I am going to document this, and I'm going to treat this game as a comedy, because in my personal opinion, there is no way to... really take a lot out of this game without it being a comedy, because I'm just thinking about, like, they're just doing stuff that just straight up just like, I'm just thinking, okay, when you like write a paper for college and when you want to kind of BS your way through it, you just like elaborate on things way more than you need to, and you like add filler. It's like, instead of saying, oh, I ate some corn and it was good, it's, oh, I harvested corn from the nearby field and as it glistened in the light as I shucked it, whatever, and you're just elaborating, making it longer. This game is doing the gameplay version of that. So see, there's the aetheryte over there, right? And then, like, it'll be like, yeah, talk to a person, and then it'll be like, oh yeah, go over to, like, I don't know, wherever, like, over by the falls. And then it'll be like, yeah, then go over here in the jungle or whatever and talk to somebody. Okay, now go back over to the falls. Okay, now go back to the aetheryte. Oh, we forgot something. Go back over to the jungle in the river or whatever. I'm just, making kind of stuff up. But it's basically been like that. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And then it's just like... But the thing is, there's like maybe like 5 monsters, and I've seen like 4 NPCs. And I'm just like, yeah, sure, okay. And I'm like super bored. But I'm like, at the same time, like, this is comical. This is like comical levels of bad. So what I'm going to do... is I'm going to take this video and the video that I made before this, and I'm just going to make it a supercut of just chronicling the dumb stuff that they did with this expansion. I can't believe I remember early on they were like, man, did they bring out the B? They're bringing out the B team to do the story for the new section, like, because Dawntrail's like a new beginning of the next like series of story. And I'm just included to think that's not the B team, dude. That's like the D- team. Like, they did not get the 65% in there, whatever. I don't know what Dungeons and Trials are here like. I hear that they're good, whatever, but I just think this is super duper comical. I'm decided not to be like bored or annoyed by it, but instead just find it what it is, which is just like almost like a dark comedy or something. Like, it's just a sad it's like a sad clown. I don't know. So that's where we're at. Another small note I wanted to add. I understand that I am like late to the party, basically, right? Like, I'm way behind. Dawntrail launched a long time ago. They're just now putting out like patch 7.4. We're closer to the end of Dawntrail than we are the beginning. Part of the reason I put it off is I got burned out, and then I just like got here. But I wanted to point out something. It just as a note of reference, or like for record. Since arriving in Tural or whatever, or I can't remember what it's called, whatever, the New World. Since arriving in the New World, the one thing I've noticed is there are like no players here. And I know we're at a low lull right now, and I'm sure there's like an end city area, kind of like Mordona or, whatever, place that people like congregate. But like, even so, in all the other expansions I played, there were like people. These people who, like me, were like kind of behind the curve, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get in and play it. That is not happening. I have seen maybe 4 players the entirety of my time in this area, in this new expansion area. And I mean, like, in the OG city, like, there's all these empty stalls, there's nobody there. I saw a miner, you know, like running around. I saw a level 60 machinist for some reason. But there's just nobody there. It's like a ghost town of an expansion area. Like, I saw one person in this area earlier, and I think he was in the same place as me, and that is it in all the time I've spent here so far, which is not like no time at all. So I'm really hoping that it picks up when I get to a dungeon, and I'm praying to God for a dungeon soon, because man, I could use one. Normally that's not my MO, but like something to do. Right, the memes never end. I now have entered a stage where I need to go and say a random thing. I can't remember how it's pronounced already, so I'm just gonna say it's Oakley Dokley, like Ned Flanders. So we're saying whatever this is. Oh, look at that. So we're saying Oakley Dokley. We're gonna be Ned Flanders to some people to encourage them, and that's peak gameplay right there, boy. I'll tell you what. Alright, so I'm not the first person to say this, I'm not the last person to say this, but I'm just gonna get this part over with, because everyone knows that the worst part of this expansion is Wuklamat. Some would call her Woklamat. I won't disparage them because it's not untrue. Regardless, I will say this. Voice acting across this entire expansion has been really, really bad in the short time that I've played it. This broad, especially, their voice actor is absolutely god-awful. It's compounded. It's like whoever was in charge of voice direction did a bad job, and then they hired this person to do it, and they're bad at it too, only worse. So, to give you a sample so you can really appreciate it, I want you to listen to this fantastic dialogue and excellent voice acting. And let's be clear, Final Fantasy XIV's never had like super duper. So you had some people like, you know, Emmett Selk had pretty good voice acting, and like the voice actor nailed it and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, just listen.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Okay, fine. Wait for it.
Just so. Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It's time for the lifting of wings.
Also, I want to state, yes, I know the quality of this is bad. I'm just recording with my phone off my TV. This whole thing is not worth... I mean, I'm playing it on a console, for one thing. This has not warranted me actually putting in the effort to try and, like, screen record this in some way and buying equipment for that. So...
Off we go.
Oh, am I going to record this seriously? And this is the one time you're going to not talk? Come on, get on with it. Don't do this to me.
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest. But this is not its only meaning.
Yep, tilt your head. I know, we always tilt
It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers. A commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival!
Yay!
Let your shoulders burn, or your feathers fall out, but do not even think of dropping her!
I mean, you could. I wouldn't feel bad about it at all. Okay, so, I'm laughing. I about died laughing. So, of course, I tried to record the voice acting, and, you know, I picked a random part that I was playing, because up till then it's just been her talking constantly, and just other people's dialogue is just not good. And of course to do that, and there's some side characters, their dialogue is a little iffy, but I'm like, that's not really what I was looking for. And then it immediately cuts to, so the whole premise of this is, you get here, and you're supposed to do these trials that do these things, and we get here, and they're like, yeah, our crops aren't doing well, what happened? And everyone is kind of looking at it like, how do we solve this problem? And there's a brother of hers who's like more science-minded, and he's like, I could figure this out, right? So he's off doing his own thing, and everyone's kind of doing their own thing. And the bird-brained broad decides, she goes, you know what you need to do? You need to get the festival going, because if you got the festival going, you would everyone would feel better, and then you would have more strength to like fix the problem somehow. And the thing is, like, it turns out that they fix the float, and the float channels ether, which is like magic basically, into a statue, and then the statue spreads the magic around, and that and so it's like she's just like Ace Ventura. I don't know, she just stumbled into like the solution. She's like, yeah, if we just like do the float and just like, you know, do the festival, everything will be okay. And lo and behold, the grass is all fine, and here's Alphino. He's like, it worked. It's like, I'm just like, what do you, just stumbling, just like, it's like a person at a job who just fails upwards. It's just great.
Like a natural charm.
And everyone's like overjoyed about it.
The float really was helping the reeds.
There was no indication whatsoever, because the whole reason they didn't have the festival is because there was a storm that damaged a bunch of stuff. So like, yeah, we can't really do the festival right now. Everything's kind of busted and jank. What should we do about it? And they're like, hey, hear me out. What if we did the festival anyway? And it just fixed the problem.
That was amazing. To think that such a thing was even possible.
There you go. There's that fantastic voice acting that I was talking about. There we go. We fixed the crops. The day is saved. Okay. We're back. Back again.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely
Wuklamette just got spit in the face by an alpaca. This entire thing is based on the idea that we're trying to see who gets to be the next leader, and we're doing all these challenges. And she has this weird aversion to alpacas because of the spit, and it spit in her face.
Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed.
This Wuklamette is straight up Ernest Saves Christmas, but like not nearly as likable, or like Ernest Scared Stupid. It's straight up Ernest. Imagine Ernest from Ernest Saves Christmas, or whatever Ernest movie you want. Just a completely incompetent adult, does a bunch of dumb things, and it just somehow works out because they try to have a heart of gold. And now the entire fate of this region is based around who wins this challenge, and we're trying to capture alpacas.
Wild valley birds like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out.
Yep, alpacas. Okay.
They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged
All right,
wild
then.
alpacas and breed them with our gentle...
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
Yes. So I just have to comment. You can tell some like millennials and zoomers wrote this. So here's where we're at. Anybody who's been on the internet in the last 10 years knows about the whole challenge where you suddenly like are trying to turn like, oh, I'm gonna trade in this paper clip and keep trading up until I get a Tesla. Oh, that's what we're doing. And the thing I think is funny is, like, we could, again, this is Ernest. It's, people want to compare her to Naruto. I'm sorry. That, in my opinion, gives her too much credit. She is not Naruto. Naruto, kind of a bumbling idiot, but, like, capable. She's not capable. She's not smart. And now she's stuck in a trading agreement. Her brother, finger quotes, shows up and goes, hey, you know what? They're like, you need to catch an alpaca. That's like your objective. He goes, I'm going to just go. And they're like, well, there are things you have to do. And he goes, no, strength is all I'm going to need. So he's just going to go catch one. And I am 99% sure he's going to be successful. Meanwhile, she's like, they're like, here's some wool. Trade that up from something that's worth like $100 basically to something that's worth $10,000. So we're trying to trade up for that Tesla of a saddle to tame the alpacas or whatever. And so now we've just traded our wool for, like, a poncho. But don't worry, man, it's worth, like, $500. Just got to get to, like, 10,000, right? And that's what we're doing. We're doing some TikTok trend garbage. We're just trying to get that Tesla, if we could just start with that paperclip and, you know, a dime, whatever. So we're from paperclip, now we're up to, like, Taco Bell taco in value, and now we just gotta trade the Taco Bell taco for something else, basically. So it's just pinnacle writing right now, right? Like we went from that After and Walker thing I just did the other day, where like we're helping Zero stop things on the 13th and do all this cool stuff. I'm like, okay, cool, and now we're doing this. Man, it was a good time. I was blown away after my last recording. They not only do the trades, it shows like a big like like a big overlay, like, hey, guess what? You got the wool and you traded it for a poncho. Be very proud of yourself. Like, way more spectacle than is worth what is going on. And so when it pops up, I'm going to try and catch the next one, because I guarantee they're going to do it again. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen. Oh boy, we traded the pell of poncho for an axe. It's a hatchet. Look at that. This is pinnacle gameplay, guys. So we couldn't trade up with the axe just yet. But we're like, hey, but what if we did some of your farming for you? So now here we are. We're doing farming. Main story quest farming, baby. Look at me, Daddy. I'm a farmer. I'm farming. Yeah. Had to add one more thing I just realized. We're in the new world, and they had us out picking crops. Who's gonna pick the crops? We are.